podcast. One special guest. Here's your special guest. And there's where all of our fans come in. Thank you. Have a great day.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here again with the second episode of the B.E.T podcast. Again, it is just myself, Ethan, and my co-host for today. So, be looking out for the name change. Could be coming.
Could be coming just to the E.T podcast. We expect to have guests on every week. Blake is just very busy with school and everything, so it could just be E.T podcast. And don't worry, we are not the alien. So
yeah, not this time. Not this time. We are unofficially sponsored by Coca-Cola. Grab yourself a nice Coke.
Don't get it. You're gonna get us. You're gonna get us sued. You're gonna get the one subscriber count podcast sued.
Go Vols, official partner of the Vols.
No, we are not the official partner of the Vols.
No, Coke.
That would be cool though.
Coke is official partner of the Vols.
Oh, okay.
Not Pepsi.
Good Lord, take a shot at Pepsi. MTSU's a Pepsi school too.
Oh, let's go. The official Pepsi drink.
Going on before we get sued by somebody. Ethan, Texas and Ohio State. How do we feel about that game?
We feel mixed. I feel like we were both wrong. We picked a pretty good game, but we picked the Longhorns to come out on top. Of course, if you watched that game, it didn't happen. Arch Manning didn't look the best on his debut performance. Again, though, he was playing at the shoe. I feel like he will have better games to come, especially during this season. Next week, I believe they have a good tune-up game. Hopefully, we can see some better action out of him.
I think he really summed it up there. Arch did not look like everybody thought he was going to. But like you said, he did play in the shoe, one of the toughest environments of college football, and maybe facing one of the best defenses in college football. We both know that Matt Patricia's there. I know as well as everybody, or as well as anybody, that Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator for the Patriots, and he is a multiple Super Bowl champion. So it's really hard to beat a Matt Patricia defense, and it really showed there. So
it really
I have
did.
to apologize. I do have to apologize to the Buckeyes because in last episode I said not only is Texas going to beat them, I said it was going to be by 3 scores. So that was
While we're on the topic of apologies, I believe we both owe the most sincere apology to the Florida State Seminoles. We were not aware of your game, and we are sorry.
So I saw a quote, and I can't remember the source on it, but I saw a quote, and it said, "If Tommy is going to the moon, I'm buckling up."
Yep.
I'm strapping in.
Yep. We were definitely wrong.
Castellanos, I owe you an apology. I owe all of the Seminole fans an apology. I thought Bama was going to beat the brakes off of the Seminoles, and really it was the other way around.
It really was. I was not expecting that kind of outcome from that game. I mean, it's bad when your number one highlight of Alabama was their fan flipping off the camera. That was the only major highlight Alabama had that whole game.
Highlight. And then going on to another thing, I believe it was brought to attention and was said to, it should have been called, but the targeting that was not called on Ryan Williams, and now Ryan Williams is dealing with a concussion. So that's big for the Crimson Tide. I'm not sure if he's going to be playing this week. I don't know if he's taking a week off. I don't know who they're playing, but I do believe Alabama does have an easy game this week. So it should give Ryan Williams a chance to rest. And really, I don't understand why it wasn't called.
Yeah, it was really interesting that it wasn't, but I think the main thing we got to worry about is Ryan Williams himself at this point. I mean, the young kid, there's no doubting he has talent. I mean, it was annoying last year hearing all the Alabama fans say, and he's not even 18 yet, but I mean, they had reason to talk. That is one of the best players in the country. So we hope to see him back on the field really soon and hope that that concussion doesn't stay around long. I did want to bring up, while we're on the topic of college football, and we talked about MTSU a little.
Oh, Lord.
I heard that game didn't go all too well.
I was gonna bring it up. It was gonna be an honorable mention. So those who don't follow the smaller games, I go to MTSU, and luckily for me, Clemson and LSU were playing, and we'll talk about that game in a little bit. But so I didn't go to the game, and I'm pretty glad that I didn't, because we played good old Clarksville Austin P Governors.
This is an FCS school for those that do not know.
FCS school, and MTSU lost by 20.
An FCS school didn't just play MTSU close. They whooped them. Them Blue Raiders did not know who the Governors were.
I think the time that I realized the game is over was when I heard, and that pass is completed. Roman Gagliano, our backup quarterback, became the person making the passes.
Probably for good reason.
So that was fun. And then, so this Saturday, the Blue Raiders are heading into Wisconsin. So I believe that they're going to be lucky enough to even get a field goal.
We call those the money games. Chances are they're getting paid a lot of money to be there. So good for them kids.
Speaking of money, MTSU decides to cut basically all of their uniforms for almost $700,000. And then we do that.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And then last thing of MTSU, just because I found it hilarious, is so at 7:45 this morning, MTSU out of Floyd Stadium was pumping in crowd noise.
Yep.
And then there's one thing that Wisconsin is known for, and that is jump around. So they were pumping in jump around at 7:45 this morning to prepare for the game. Okay, moving on.
That's worse than here.
Yes. The Tennessee-Syracuse game, you got to see that game live. Joey was firing from all cylinders. How was that to watch in person?
Man, some of you probably saw the short that went out of us being there. Man, that game was electric. I mean, from the time that Tennessee took their first drive, I mean, there was just a different kind of feeling. I mean, we're coming into it really questioning this year. We lost Nico. How much does that affect us? And we got our answer pretty darn quick. Of course, this Syracuse team isn't the same people that were there last year, but that team did win 10 games last season. Like, it's not a pushover game like some of the other SEC schools had, Vanderbilt, during this week. So the fact that we came out with multiple injuries throughout the game, which we'll talk about some of that here in just a second as well, because fake injuries, it happened. It was bad the whole game.
I mean, I think the most viral clip was Tennessee was doing their good old hurry up offense, high tempo offense, and two Syracuse players miraculously went down at the same time, and one realized this and then popped right back up.
There were multiple instances of it, and I know a lot of people will look at some of Tennessee's players as well and say they did similar. But when you look back at the tape, at the end of the game, we had fourth-string defensive linemen in because of how many actually got hurt. I mean, it's really hard to referee that kind of action because you don't know if someone's actually hurt or not, and you don't want to penalize a team that actually has hurt players, quite literally kicking someone while they're down. But when you have something that blatant and that obvious, the NCAA has to take some accountability. I mean, this has been going on since before I went to school, and I'm about to graduate. Ever since Josh Heupel's been here, I mean, Ole Miss, that 2021 game, I mean, that just screamed everything that was wrong with that instance. There's a reason that golf ball was thrown that fateful day. But, I mean, something's got to change. I mean, this isn't just Tennessee that it happens to. Anyone that runs an up-tempo offense experiences this. And it's not cramps. It's players will come out, one play, not even go to the injury tent, and then be right back in the next. I feel like minimum they should be out this series unless a timeout's called. I don't know about you,
I could
but
see that. I don't know, maybe a series. I could see more than one play though, because just being off the field for one play, unless it's like your star safety and you just get your top taken off. I feel like 3-5 plays might do better. But entire series, I don't know, because some of these series, some of them go for 16, 17 plays, some of them go for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, but some go for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
yeah.
So it really just depends on the series. I would consider changing it to maybe 3 plays you have to sit out. But if you have something like, let's say, cleat falls off, helmet falls off, this, that, then yes, there's no injury that occurred, so you can come back after that play after you get that equipment issue fixed.
Yeah, and I mean, and let's make sure we distinguish. There is a difference between an injury timeout, a stoppage of play, and then what you were saying, an equipment error. Like helmet coming off, shoe coming off, you're out for that play. That's already set in stone. I don't think that should be the same for a stoppage of play. Like if you're having to come out of the game solely because you are on the ground, you should have to be out for longer than one play for sure.
Moving on, you brought up Nico earlier, old Tennessee boy. Holy crap. I know you enjoyed watching him get teared apart by Utah.
Man, that was it was actually a little painful to watch through some of it. I mean, it wasn't near as painful as trying to watch the North Carolina game the next day on that Monday, but man, that was Nico was so bad. And I don't know if it was him or the line around him or what, but my gosh, he did not look good. I mean, that looked like him in the big SEC games, though. I mean, I hate to say it for week 1, but I think we've already partially won the trade between quarterbacks.
Moving on to that, speaking of painful to watch, talking about that UNC game, Bill Belichick makes his college coaching debut, and he gets ripped apart by the Horned Frogs. It was the most brutal fashioned opening. Welcome to college, coach. I think I saw a stat. That was his like biggest loss that he's ever experienced, and he's been coaching in the NFL for decades.
So I don't think I've ever seen a moment where the booth was so at a loss of words to say that they started a counter from North Carolina's last completed catch that took over 2 hours. Heck, Herb Street got so bored he put his boy on the mic. Yeah, man, I love that dog. I love Peter. I love Peter.
Good old Big Pete on the mic. But okay, so speaking of, did we already go over the LSU game?
We haven't.
Okay.
The real Death Valley was uncovered.
Hey. I'll say it. They are the real Death Valley.
Yep.
Not because they're better. It's just because their stadium can hold more.
I mean,
Clemson holds 86,000. Baton Rouge holds 101. So that could play a
I
difference.
think you're a little
And
off on
an
those
extra
numbers, actually.
15,000. Am I just coping? Absolutely. Tigers. Which ones? Haha. LSU, of course, coming out on top. Clemson doesn't look too shaky, or I want to say too shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Just only giving up 14 points to an SEC opponent
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the gates. Granted, we did have one of the highest returning class in the country, I believe. Yes, I think it was like 82%.
Yeah.
O-line didn't look bad. Klubnik had his good moments. He had his bad. Nussmeier for LSU. He looked good. The receivers looked good. That D line does need some work.
It does.
The O line did a good job at protecting Garrett, even though there were probably a couple holds that they got away with. But speaking of getting away with things, there was a review of a catch, whether he was going to be out at the 1 or
Yep.
whether it was going to be a touchdown. As a Clemson fan, I saw the play. I said, okay, yeah, that's a touchdown. To find out, I look back at my TV and I see the referee signaling incomplete. That baffled Kirk. It baffled a lot of fans. It baffled everybody. So, Ethan, what do you think, if that's not going to be called a catch, what do you think is considered a catch this season?
I think it's whatever those zebras on the field say a catch is. I mean, I don't know if you were watching any of the Tennessee game, but there was a moment in that game where our punter absolutely laced it, put a perfect punt on the ground, and it hit the back of a Syracuse player's not only towel, which is a part of the player, but also his foot. They showed it on Atlanta's really impressive jumbotrons. It
Yes.
was clear as day that it hit him, and they call that the ball was not touched by a Syracuse player. I mean,
didn't see this.
The entire stadium was in uproar. Now, granted, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz cannot hold quite what Neyland can, but it's enclosed. So it was loud when they made that call. There was not a fan for the Orange that was not outraged. And I feel like it's just going to be another common thread we see every single season in every single sport. So, though that was horrendous, the call at Clemson, I believe it's not going to be the worst one you see this year.
Absolutely not. I mean, we had the missed targeting call, we had the missed catch, we had one at South Carolina as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go into the Miami game, and you have that insane one-handed grab.
Oh my gosh!
But he comes possibly to catch the year in week 1. But then you go, and they review it. You go, and it's showing the same thing that the LSU Clemson catch had. You see him catch it. You see him break the plane. He takes 2 steps. But then when he hits the ground, the ball starts moving.
Yep.
If, in retrospect, if the Clemson versus LSU catch, if that was not deemed a catch, how was the Miami Notre Dame one considered a catch? What I found hilarious.
I have the answer to that.
What's the answer, Ethan?
Their referees were competent.
Because what I saw, and I loved it, it said the crew of the LSU Clemson game was the same crew of the Des Bryant game.
Yep. I mean,
so that should wrap up college football. Let me make sure. Florida State, yes. Okay, moving on to the best time of the year. NFL football is back.
That's not the best time of the year.
Yeah, it's best time of the year for me. We got college and NFL. Who the hell cares?
Yeah, you're right. NASCAR season's still going too.
NASCAR season's going. Once we get bigger, we'll get into that. But NFL, college football, who
Yep.
can ask for a better season? So starting off Thursday night football, Eagles Cowboys in Philly. They're
Oh.
doing the banner ceremony, but both teams will not be present for the banner ceremony. Nick Sirianni came out and said it's a part of the team's moving on mentality. They want to just pick off where they left off. Um, but going on, picking up where you left off,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, this is going to be your first game without Micah Parsons, but it's going to be your first game with Kenny Clark. Ethan, how do we feel about this game?
Uh, I think Jerry Jones should learn to negotiate with an agent. I mean, I think Jerry Jones needs an agent. The fact he said that made a lot more sense after we saw the trade for Micah Parsons go through. Cause 2 first-round picks. Come on now, it's Micah freaking Parsons, and the fact they trade him to the Green Bay Packers of all teams.
My favorite team.
Oh my gosh, I mean, heck, I don't
The
understand it.
Here is the weird thing, though. Is after all the smoke settles, Jerry Jones is the most hated man in Dallas, even though Nico Harrison is still in Dallas.
Yep.
So they're probably tied because people are calling this the Luka trade of the NFL.
I mean, it really
But
is.
it comes out that Micah has been hiding an injury. While running the physicals, the Packers have discovered an L4 and L5 sprain.
Mm-hmm.
This is after a $44 million signing bonus, $120 million guaranteed of the contract. This is coming after he's in doubt to play Week 1 for Green Bay.
I mean, yeah, he had to pass the physicals. You cannot hide certain things in those physicals. Green Bay knew before, they just didn't want to say it. Now, I don't think it's going to be as big of an issue as a lot of people think with that going on. I still think Michael Parsons is going to be one of the best players this upcoming year on the defensive side of the ball. But, I mean, it's still so much money and so little that the Dallas Cowboys got for it. I mean, I see no other way tomorrow night ends other than the Kelly Green winning yet again. I mean, banner ceremony, I kind of like the mentality of not being out there for it if you're the Eagles. I mean, that's your second in a couple years. Last time, of course, Nick Foles led you to that title. Now you actually have your starter lead you to that title for once. I mean, they just won another. And I respect that kind of mentality. I don't think it's overplayed. Like you see Diggs and every other player after they lose their championship game stand out and watch the confetti fall. That's such bullcrap. I mean, the first time it was cool, but after that, man, it's just sad. Go,
It really is. You're just
talk
asking
with
for
your
attention
team.
there.
Exactly.
You're just wanting attention to be on you. I know there was the Instagram post when Davis was on the Bills and the Chiefs won in the AFC Championship. Eli, I just called you Eli. Sorry, I've been playing Madden a lot. Don't even. You're both short. But Ethan, don't get us sued, please. Moving on. Friday night football. We just spoke about the Chiefs. Chiefs Chargers in Brazil.
Yeah, it's a really weird thing for high school football to be played in Brazil. And the Chiefs and the Chargers, those are some really, like, copyright infringement names right there. I mean, Friday Night Lights, baby. No, but in all seriousness...
One of the only Friday night footballs we're going to have. This one's a little weird because this one is going to be exclusively on YouTube, possibly YouTube TV, but maybe only in select areas.
Yes.
So can't wait for that stream to crash.
Well,
Just like the next Netflix one did.
well, Netflix and YouTube, you have to remember, are two completely separate things.
Yeah.
YouTube does already have the infrastructure for this. I mean, heck,
Right.
they've been doing this game a lot longer than Netflix has as far as live shows go, so I don't see that actually being an issue. I'm actually really excited the fact that it's going to give a lot more people the chance to watch an NFL game highly produced. I mean, we act like they're not already the partner or already partners with YouTube TV.
With
I
that,
mean,
yeah.
I mean Sunday Ticket. Ever since they moved on from Dish and DirecTV, I mean, they're here. I have YouTube TV. I love it. I don't pay for Sunday Ticket just because I don't really watch much more than the Titans and whoever else gets the late slates. So, I mean, good for them. I mean, we're going to see some good playing. Some other news on that front, we do have certain YouTubers that do their commentary normally along with the game anyway, that normally will watch it off screen and give a little bit of play-by-play commentary. YouTube and YouTube TV, along with the NFL, is giving a lot of these YouTubers a chance to commentate while the game is live
Yes.
on their live stream. You have Tom Grossi with the Green Bay team. I mean, that's a fan of the year. That's getting his dream. I mean, that's just going to be a sick live stream, and I will be tuning in.
He's a great character, too.
He's a great commentator. I love all of his ref counts he always puts in the corner. My favorite count's the Taylor count he put up last year, where he would put on an extra count every time she popped up. So, I mean, I do believe it will be... It's a great time to be a YouTuber in the NFL space right now.
It is.
Unless if you're a Dallas fan, because you're never happy when you're a Dallas fan.
Good night. Shot at Dallas.
Moving
on.
Their best chance is if Dak gets hurt week 1 and Joe comes in. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah, I know.
Moving on, Patriots versus Raiders. Two old coaches, two new franchises. You have Vrabel in his first game with New England, and then you have Pete Carroll with his first game with the Raiders. Pete Carroll, I don't understand how he's still coaching. He's
he won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl.
He also threw the ball at the 1-yard line with Marshawn Lynch, which I thank him for because I'm a Patriots fan.
He won a Super Bowl.
Here, the funny thing is, let's see. So you have a young scrappy team.
Yep.
You don't have the defense.
Nope.
But you do have that power back. So I'm very curious if the Raiders get to the 1-yard line and just so happen Washington Genty is in the backfield.
Nope.
Will he learn his lesson?
Nope, they're going to pass.
Or is he going to throw a slant? And is he going to, let's see, who's not a bad corner? I can't say Jabril Peppers, we released him. Christian Gonzalez is going to be out.
No, you know what's going to happen. Good old Malcolm Butler's going to rush on the field and intercept it for you again. He won't even be in a Patriots jersey. He's just going to be on the sideline.
Yeah. He's going to just be in street clothes.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Patriots, I feel like we're going to be a lot better this year. Of course, Geno Smith, a new face in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Devontae Adams is now on the Rams. So you have Jack Beck coming in. You have a couple of rookies coming in. You have Jacoby Myers that doesn't even want to be there anymore.
Yeah, no.
So you have this little choppy offense. So it should be a decent game, or it should be Patriots by 1,000.
I mean, I'm excited as a Titans fan. I miss Vrabel. I think it was very clear after the firings of Ron or Raja. Forget Cawthorn, whoever their last GM was, and Brian before that, I mean, it wasn't good, man. I mean, it was not Vabrill's fault, and any player in that locker room will tell you. Mike Vabrill is a player's coach. I mean, he knows how to get the best out of those players.
What's his name?
Mike Vabrill.
Vrabel.
I'll say it how I want. I'm Southern. I get some words mixed up. It happens. Yeehaw, buddy. But man, I miss
Earlier, I
him.
thought I was on the podcast with Jerry Jones because at first I thought you called Micah Parsons Michael Parsons.
No, Micah. I do know Micah. Nobody go back and check.
Steelers versus Jets. Two familiar faces with the Jets, both familiar faces with the Steelers. It's like they swapped. They swapped lives.
They did.
It's 40,000-year-old Aaron Rodgers and I believe like 26-year-old Justin Fields. Justin Fields was previously on the Bears, where then he went to the Steelers, where he showed some poise, and then when Russell Wilson decided to come back, they benched him, even though I'm pretty sure he went like 3-1. He had a really good stretch. Yeah. So now, Rodgers gets his revenge tour for the Jets.
Yep.
And Fields gets his revenge tour for the Steelers. I feel like it should be a decent game.
It will be.
It just depends how Rodgers plays. It depends how Fields plays. So that should be a little interesting. Moving on to Bengals versus Browns, the classic Ohio rivalry is finally back. Can the Bengals defense hold up this year?
I'm going to skip right over the Bengals defense. I mean, I don't see them being much better than they were last year. I don't think they picked up as many pieces as they needed to. It was a good job keeping who they did, though. That one-year deals keep, I believe it was Henderson, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, keeping Henderson for one more year. It is weird to pay that much for 1 year, but that team's on a win Super Bowl now track. So if they don't win this year, I don't think they'll win for a while. With that being said, I think the Browns are one of those teams you will be watching the most this year. Not because they're good, but because they
have a different quarterback every week.
And not just that. They have the true like a magic 8 ball. You never know what it's going to say until you see it. I mean, for real. I mean, you have 3, I would honestly say, really good options at quarterback. A lot of people give...
Gabriel, you have Joe Flacco, and you have Kenny Pickett.
No. I feel like a lot of people do not give Shedeur what he deserved after that last game.
I'm not giving Shedeur his flowers until he doesn't take a 25-yard sack.
You mean the 25-yard sack he took because 4 of the 5 linemen that were in front of him got cut the next day? I mean, they didn't want him to succeed after he won that game, after he absolutely balled out his first preseason game. And
once he learns to throw the ball away, I will give him his flowers.
And guess what? He will. He is a rookie that was being blocked by 4 cut linemen.
If he is in pressure and he throws the ball away, let's say he starts a game, whether it's week 1, week 5, week 7.
Yep.
If he throws the ball away 5 times successfully, that's like out of bounds, not to a receiver, not into the dirt, not this, not that. If he does it 5 times successfully, I will drive to Ohio, go outside the Browns facility, and drop off 5 roses.
There you go. I want the video when it happens, because that would be really funny content. I'm just saying, I think you do have a really interesting battle that's going to be taking place over this season in the Browns. I like Flacco, and I think he can do some really good things. But in reality, he's not going to be in the league much longer, just due solely to age. I mean, he's still a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, that Browns team has to be ready. I mean, they cannot keep going on the carousel and expect to win.
I mean, with my 14-man fantasy league, I didn't pick him up. I think somebody else did, but they're going to just have to hope that they start him the 1 week where that Joe Flacco magic hits and he gets you 40 fantasy points. He throws for that 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, that, no interceptions, and leads the Browns to a 35-10 victory. Moving on to your final, our final game of the episode. The Titans versus the Broncos. Cam Ward is going to be starting his first career game.
There he goes.
After a very rough preseason. But I mean, preseason is very weird to tell because you have those starters playing. You don't have them playing for long. You probably have them only playing for a drive. With Cam Ward being the first overall pick, you're probably only going to have him play for a drive. I don't even know if he played the third preseason game.
He did.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, he actually did really good. That third preseason game. I will say one thing that did give me hope is he didn't throw an interception in the preseason, which is a really important stat to look at.
I will say this too. So since I'm in Murfreesboro, I'm only 30 away from Nashville and like 40 minutes away from the stadium.
Yep.
Every game, because I'm not high on Cam Ward. Of course I'm not. I'm a Clemson fan. He was a Hurricane. Every game that Cam Ward has at least 2 touchdowns in, it's going to be the same as Shador.
Rushing or passing?
Yes, combined. So 2 touchdowns combined. Every game that he does it, I will drive to Nissan and I will drop off a rose for every single game he does it.
All right, you heard it here, folks. If you are in the Nashville area after this next week when Cam Ward rushes in 2 touchdowns, because Pat Surtain's scary, then you will see our Tea Part of the Bet podcast putting down some flowers. Good job, man. Good for you.
Hey, I didn't say I was going to do it after every week because it's a hell of gas. I will communicate the times he did it throughout the season.
Yep.
And let's say he does it 11 times throughout the season. I'll drive to Nissan and I'll place down 11 roses. And I will record it. It will be a YouTube short.
Good job. I will not be making those stupid kind of deals because I have a life. That
Don't worry, with the Cleveland one, the podcast isn't big enough where I'm not gonna have to drive to Cleveland.
I'll make it a YouTube short. I do the editing.
Oh Lord. Looking ahead, week 2 of the college football. We don't really have any ranked on ranked games. We really got thrown into a insane weekend. The insane first weekend. We had so many good games. This week, expect a lot of blowouts. Expect a lot of just teams working on their game. The only ranked matchup you have is Michigan versus Oklahoma. I do still feel like that's going to be a good game. You have some choppy games. I mean, any game that involves Kentucky is going to be choppy.
Yeah,
especially after what they just did this past week.
Yeah, they don't like to actually beat the teams they're supposed to. They like to
make it interesting.
Yeah.
But Ethan, unless you have anything else to add, that will be the end of episode 2 of the Bet Podcast. Once again, I'm Travis.
I'm Ethan, and I do have one more thing to say. Gotcha. One thing to look out for this week, though week 2 doesn't have as many great games as last week, be watching those Vols and those Bulldogs get ready for next week. Bulldogs stroll into Neyland next week, and I do believe that this week will be a lot of game prep for that game. It's the biggest game in Neyland in a while, which is saying a lot because Alabama played there last year, and then 22 22 was the best game ever. Loved that environment. But, I mean, it's going to be something. If Georgia and Tennessee could bring their best games and neither have real weaknesses like we saw last week, everyone's healthy, I think that's going to be one of the games of the year. And I believe that game starts Saturday with Tennessee taking on ETSU and Georgia taking on somebody else. And let's all throw up a prayer for MTSU that they can at least score one touchdown. It won't happen.
Or any points. I'll take anything.
for their school's sake, please. Pepsi's going to drop them. They'll have to go to RC Cola next year.
Oh, no.
How many more Coke brands can I name?
I don't know, Ethan. How many can you name?
No. All right, guys, that's going to end the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, for joining us for week 2. Hopefully soon we have some guests on the pod. We'll make sure to give you some better commentary than just myself and especially Travis. Thank you all for coming out, and we will see y'all in the next episode.